Woo! What's going on, guys? Orm Swarm coming at you guys today with another video. And today's video, I'm going to be talking about what I've been seeing a little bit on social media. That's how I get a lot of my my ideas and some things. Things go swirling in this brain of mine, and I just want to talk about it. I just want to get it off my chest. Now, there's some stuff going around right now on social media, Facebook, on Twitter, all that stuff. Even though I'm banned on Twitter, I can still look on Twitter. There's the question going around: is the Week 1 at home versus the Philadelphia Eagles game a must-win? Is it a must-win? Now, normally I would say every game for sure is a must-win, and I think consensus would agree. It makes the most sense. 17 games in a season. Every game is a must-win, especially in football, right? It's like 17 games, like I just said. So, but is it like a realistic goal? Normally, no. It's happened twice, once or twice. Miami did it years ago. New England kind of did it, except they lost in the playoffs, Super Bowl, whatever it was. But they went all undefeated. So the Miami Dolphins have pretty much been the only team that have done it, right? So, from what I can remember. So it's not really a known stat. So it's like something that does not happen a lot, and when it does, it's incredible. But every game is pretty much a must-win in the NFL because like I said, 16 games before. Now it's 17. It's very, very short. You find out pretty quick how fast you think your team's going to probably be in the playoff hunt. Now, we're playing the Eagles in Week 1. By the way, I will be there with 7 of my buddies. Well, that's gonna be excellent. We just got the tickets, but that's cool as hell right there. But you do need to be a little bit realistic when it comes to this team, Detroit Lions, right? Like every game's a must-win. It really is. But let's be realistic here. Do the Lions have a shot? Maybe. Sure, okay, they have a shot. Will they win? Nobody knows yet. Sometimes you see teams going from bottom of the barrel all the way up to the top, become that perennial playoff team. I don't really see that this year going on with the Detroit Lions. Okay, I don't. Now, I'm still going to stick with I think they need to win this game. I really do. Or not necessarily meaning like, okay, if they lose, they're done. But I think they need to. Must win's tough. I think they must play good. They have to play good. If they don't, there's going to be probably a situation arising. So they really need to really step up and play this game like this is going into the playoffs. Like this is a must-win to get into the playoffs. It's one of those games. It's not really a oh my God, if we lose we're done. But this is a team last year. Okay, this is a team last year that got absolutely embarrassed by the Philadelphia Eagles in a Week 8 game of 2021 at Ford Field. At Ford Field, Week 8, 44-6. That's how bad we lost that game. Probably the most embarrassing loss of the year. Had to be the most embarrassing loss, I would say. That was the game where the Lions didn't even score a point until like 7 minutes into the fourth quarter. It was like a Justin Jefferson touchdown. Like a short touchdown. The Eagles as a whole team, they rushed for 236 yards. Jalen Hurts had a good day on the ground. Boston Scott had a couple touchdowns. Jordan Howard had a couple touchdowns and a few yards. 236 yards as a whole unit rushing the ball. So those two had big days. Hurts had a nice day, and I think he had over 70 yards, something like that. And this is not a preview. This is not a preview of what happened last year or a preview of what is about to go down in Week 1 this year. I just seen this little question out there, and I'm kind of responding by a lot of people's responses because it's a little bit of a mixed bag. Like every game's a must win, but In this situation, I think it is a must-win, but it's more of a don't embarrass yourself. Don't embarrass, because I don't think they're going to win this game. I don't think they're going to win this game. I think the Eagles made a lot of additions to what they did from last year, and they made the playoffs last year in the wild card. Lost, but they made it to the playoffs. They added Nakobe Dean, good linebacker out of Georgia. They added Jordan Davis, a guy that they to stop the run, big defensive tackle, nose tackle. They made a crazy draft day trade on I don't know if it was day. I think it was day one, if I can remember. They traded for A.J. Brown, the wide receiver out of Tennessee. So they added some weapons. They already got guys like Devonta Smith, who had a nice rookie campaign. They had a really good tight end in Dallas Goedert, really solid tight end, one of the better ones out there. Good O-line, good defense, added to that defense. I really like what they did. So it's a team that's better than last year. It's a team that's better coming in from last year. Personally, I think that. So, and then also, what did I write here too? Yeah, Hurts only dropped back 14 times that day. Didn't really need to. They're just trying to run the clock out at one point, man. Just trying to get back on the plane and get out of Detroit because they were just beating him up so bad. I think Hurts only threw for like 100-something yards, 103 yards, 114 yards. He didn't even need to do anything. It was just all running. Then Goff was sacked 5 times. I believe Blau was sacked once. He came in eventually. I think Goff threw for 200 yards, 200-something yards. Nobody did a thing for the Detroit Lions. If you want to say, what's his name? Jamar Jefferson had that late touchdown. I don't even know how long the touchdown run was, but it wasn't long. I'm pretty sure it was within the 5 yards. So he didn't do much. Hawk had like 89 yards in a day. He had an okay day. I think he had a bunch of catches and 89 yards. That was really about it. The Lions couldn't do a damn thing. They were completely embarrassed. So like the whole thing about if you were to ask me, is this a must win? Personally, I think every win is a must win. This game going into week 1 in 2 months. By the way, this game's September 11th at Ford Field, 1 p.m. It's hard for me to say it's a must win, but this is a game that I think the Detroit Lions and Dan Campbell, whoever else, I think everybody on that football team, minus any rookie that wasn't there last year or anybody that wasn't there last year, they must have felt that loss last year. That was one of the most embarrassing displays of football I've watched this team play in a long time, and we've seen a lot here. So when the question comes up and it's hey, is this a must win? I personally think it is. I don't think they're going to win, but if they do lose, which I just have a feeling they're going to, because I literally have the Eagles winning the NFC East. Not that the NFC East is anything special. I think the Cowboys are still good. I think Washington could be sneaky good. They could be. They had a down year last year, especially on their defensive side, but they really do have a good defense. They just had some things that were going on. But that's an actually good football team. They actually have some players. So they could be a team that could be on the rise. I still think they'll probably be third in that division. And then the Giants, the Giants are Giants. Those are my Giants. They're just not that good. Who knows what's going to happen with that? I don't even know what's going on with that team. There's so much to talk about with that team. It's just there's not enough hours in a day. But this game coming up, they better at least show up. They have to at least show up to this game. They can't get beat by 38 points. They can't. Week 1, with all this hype surrounding Goff, all this hype surrounding Dan Campbell, and this new regime, this coaching staff, all the hype surrounding how much you improved on defense, all the hype with the wide receivers, and a lot of it's hype. I know a lot of people don't like it when I use the word hype, but that's too bad, because there's a ton of it going on in Detroit City about this team. There's a ton of it. And if they come out and lay an egg, week 1, questions have to be answered. And they got to be thrown out. Like, these questions got to be thrown out and they got to be answered. I don't know. People are going to say, well, it's week 1. You're projecting already a loss. I'm not projecting a loss. I'm not. I'm just saying if it happens. I hope they come out and play damn good football. I want them to win the football game, obviously. I just think Philly has really, really improved. I think they're a better team than last year. And they were a pretty decent team last year. Even though they made the playoffs. They lost in the playoffs. But they made it. And I think they're better. So it's just, I think the Lions have improved too. So don't get me wrong. I'm not hating. Everybody calm down. Everybody untwist their panties. So I'm not saying they haven't improved. I'm just, when you start throwing out the must-wins already in week 1, in a way, if this was any other team, I probably would be like, well, yeah, every game's a must-win, but this game, let's say it was against the Giants or whatever. I'd be like, they should win, they better win. They're one of those, you know what I mean? Or just play tough. Play tough, don't get beat up, don't get thrown around. But on how bad they got embarrassed last year, and how bad it actually was watching these guys struggle like that. Week 8, 2021, Dan Campbell looked lost in that game. He didn't know what to do. Nobody did. No coach knew what to do. The players were standing around. They couldn't believe what was going on. It was an embarrassment, and it was at home. So this game should be circled 100%. This should be the one game that they circle and be like, man, we got our asses kicked last year. We can't have this happen again. Now, I don't want them to lose. I don't think they're going to win, like I said. But don't get blown out of the water. Play tough. Win the game. Go out there and win the game. I think that's a big, big stretch. But go out there and, you got to at least give it your all. Because last year, it looked like a team that did not want to play by week 8. At that point, there was people saying last year, at that point, I remember after that game, I remember clearly after that game, people were literally saying, this team has given up on their coach. They have given up. Halfway through the season, they have completely given up on coach. They're about to jump ship on him. That wasn't the case. That wasn't the case because they made some changes shortly after that. I think the next game, they had week 9, then they had a week 10 bye, and then they started making all those changes. So they were in the process of making changes. They didn't bail on their head coach, which is great because he was a rookie head coach. Well, not necessarily rookie. Rookie as actually he was a rookie head coach because he did have some time in Miami, but he was only an interim. So he was actually paid as a head coach as a Detroit Lion. So he's a rookie head coach, and they never gave up on him, which was great. Eventually, but it was a total embarrassment, man. So this game, I'm going to call it a must-win. I really am, even though I don't think they're going to win the football game. They have to come out and they have to kick some. Hey, man, you want to talk about biting kneecaps? You want to talk about biting kneecaps, punching them in the face, kicking them when they're down? Okay, the Dan Campbell, man, he's talking up a good game. He's talking it all up like they're bullies. You know what I mean? Like they're the victims getting bullied. They're going to bully back. Well, this is a game where you have to be a bully. They have to kick them in the nuts and not let them get up. They have to. Now, there's things that I think are going to happen in this game that I'm not really going to talk about until 2 months down the road when I do my actual preview. But it'll be kind of similar. It'll be a lot similar, actually. I just want this team to show up that game. Like the must-win thing, sure. Because the way you've got absolutely totally embarrassed. It is. It's a must-win. I just don't think they're going to win. But don't get embarrassed. Kind of all over the place. I get it. I understand. But it's just, this is a game where they can embarrass themselves. Not week 1. You can't do it week 1. At home opener, come on. People are just going to be fired up for that game. I'll be there with my boys, losing my mind. You can't disappoint, man. You can't disappoint in this game. So must win, sure. Why not? Every game's a must win, but this one's huge. Circle it. And they better be. And they better be circling this. I talked about this for too long. That's okay. That's what I always do. But thanks, guys. Thanks for the video, man. Thanks for letting me vent. Thanks for listening in on this video. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button in the bottom right. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. Get all my videos. Like and comment about this. What do you guys think, man? Must win. Think it's a must win. Don't embarrass yourselves. Better not be losing by 38 again. Can't even lose by a couple touchdowns, I don't think, man. This is the game where they have to be in it for 4 quarters. But that's it, guys. Thanks a lot. Go Lions, one pride. Boom.